welcome to my first official Booktube video. First things first, I guess I better introduce myself. I am Jodie, I live in the UK and I have social accounts on both Instagram and YouTube, both under the handle Jodie's Library _. So if you want to head over and follow me on there or keep up with what I post on my Bookish accounts, then thanks. But yeah, I thought I would just do a little video today, a little, I guess, get to know me through books and some bookish questions. So I did put a little Q&A up on my Instagram stories and I did get a few questions, so added those into these questions as well. So let's get started. I am quickly trying to film this during nap time and one of my other children is at home at the minute, so if you hear any noise in the background then I apologise in advance. Do I prefer paperbacks or hardbacks? And to read, 100% I prefer paperbacks, because hardbacks, when you read them, no. It's just a no from me. But hardbacks on display look so aesthetically pleasing, and so I do like hardcovers because they look nice when I put them on my shelves, but when I'm reading them, it's just not got the comfort. It's not got the comfort level that I need when I'm reading. So I prefer to read paperbacks, but I do like hardbacks. Question number 2. What got you into reading? So I actually started learning to read at a really young age. I am the eldest of 3 siblings. So for the first 3.5 years of my life it was just me, and I learnt to read quite young. In the morning, like before my parents got up, if I woke up I would never like get up and play. I'd never go like wake them up. I would actually just sit on my bed and read books. I'd say that my first like full like delve into reading, and when I like fully fell in love with books and the whole world of like imagination of reading and things, is when I started reading Harry Potter series, which I started at about 4.5, 5 I think when I started reading those. I was really young and I instantly like was obsessed with Harry Potter, which even now at like 28 it's never gone away. So yeah, I fell in love with it. I read all of the books. I've read them all multiple times. I've obviously seen all the films. I've got a lot of stuff like merch and things, which I do have 2 dedicated shelves here of Harry Potter things, which isn't even all of my Harry Potter stuff. But yeah, I'd say that's when I fell fully in love with reading, and yeah, I think that's why as well. I will get into it after, but I do enjoy reading series of books. I think because once you've read one, like the first book kind of gets you into it, and then in a series like you can keep going and each book gets better and there's more going on and you learn more throughout the series. So yeah, that's how I got into reading anyway. Bit long-winded, but we got there. Next, favourite genres to read. So I'd have to say that I haven't read for quite a long time. I am a mother of 3 young children and I haven't read for quite a while, so I've picked up a book in January this year I think, and it was Colleen Hoover, It Ends With Us, and I have to say I did really enjoy that book and it's fully got me back into my reading obsession. So I'd say my favourite genres are probably romance, but I have 100% slowly but surely switched over to fantasy, and fantasy with romance in. I think with like romance it's just like, it's kind of like real life but things that wouldn't actually happen, I guess, whereas fantasy it's just like a whole other world where like you can kind of escape, and with being a mum, escape is good. So yeah, definitely romance and fantasy, and I do like some women's fiction, and I will read sci-fi, and I guess I'll read a bit of everything. If I don't like it, I don't like it. If I do, I do. Ebooks or audiobooks? I've never listened to an audiobook. And I don't know what it is. I feel like I like reading, and I feel like if I was listening to it I probably wouldn't pay as much attention or take as much in. Don't know. Tell me if I should try an audiobook, because I've been this close to like trying one and then I just back out, so no. Ebooks 100%. I do have a Kindle and I find that I read a lot quicker when I'm reading on my Kindle. I don't know what it is, but I seem to just fly through books. And also with Kindle Unlimited, like there's so many books that like I'd never come across, but then I've read them on my Kindle and I've been absolutely obsessed with. So yeah, e-reader. Next up is mood reader or TBR. And I have to say I'm a mood reader, like 100%. If I followed a TBR, I just, like, I don't know. I don't think I'd be in it. There's some days where I will literally, like, I've got 2 of these big shelves and I will literally stand in front of them and just be like, what next? What do I want to read? Especially if I've been like fully in a book and like I need a minute to like come back around. When I next look at my shelves, I'm like, ugh, what's going to replace that feeling? Like, what's going to top it? So yeah, I'm definitely a mood reader. If I need a sad book, then I need a sad book. If I'm feeling like I want to read something about love, then whatever. So yeah, I'm definitely a mood reader. Do I annotate books? I've tried. But, and honestly, the first time I tried to annotate a book, I felt so bad, because I've always like been a person where like I won't draw on my books, I won't fold the pages, like I do not want to ruin my books. And the first time I put a pen to my page, I was literally like, oh, what am I doing? I do tab some of my books, like if there's like some quotes or things in it that I resonate with or I want to go back to, then I do tab them. I don't like writing in a lot of my books. If it's a book that I know like I'm 100% never going to get rid of, then maybe. But I'm not like I see some people like where the books are like fully like lines and lines highlighted and underlined and so many tabs, and I'm like, no. There's like maybe my heaviest annotated books maybe got like 6 tabs in it. So yeah, no, I'm not really big on the annotating. I mean, it does look nice. If you want to do it, then do it, but yeah, no, not for me. Do you DNF? I have actually only ever not finished one book, and I got about, I don't know, maybe not even a quarter into it. And it is a book that I probably will go back to, but I can't even think what it's called. I'll insert the book. I can't remember what it's called. I think, oh, that's it. It's called Love Her or Lose Her, I think. But yeah, I got like a quarter of the way in and I just was not feeling it at all, so I just stopped. And I probably will go back to it at some point, but that's the only book really that I've not like finished or continued. And I did feel bad, but just went in it. My favourite tropes. So I do love good enemies to lovers. I mean, you want that angst and the like, yeah, I guess. And I do enjoy forbidden love, friends to lovers, anything where it's just kind of they hate each other, but you just know it's gonna happen. And when it does happen, yeah. Next, favourite place to read. So I'd say I mainly read just sat on my sofa. I don't get a lot of time to read. As I said before, I am a mum. I have 3 young children, all under the age of 6. So finding time to kind of just sit and read is little and far between. So usually once they're in bed, I'll kind of sit on the sofa and just unwind, read a book or watch a series. And then the other place that I read is in bed. It just depends what mood I'm in. If I want to get cozy and snuggle up, then go to bed. If not, then I'll just sit down here and read. Or like if my other half is home, then he'll watch a film or like play a game and I'll sit next to him and I'll be reading. So we're kind of in the same room but not doing the same thing. How many books have you read this year? Good question. I have read 55 books this year. That seems quite a lot actually. And the thing is, when I read books, like if you was to ask me like maybe 2 days later, oh, what was this book about? I probably couldn't tell you, to be honest. I don't know what it is. I'm fully like involved in a book and I'm in it, and then once I've finished it and I've put it away, my brain goes blank. Like I can't remember it. I see some people write really in-depth reviews and like fully into it, and like months later they still remember everything, and I'm like, huh? I don't know. Don't know if it's just me, whether I've just got memory issues or what, but yeah. 55 books. And I think the first one was It Ends With Us in January this year, and then I've read a lot. What's next on your TBR? I don't know. The last book I read was actually an ARC from NetGalley, and before that I was reading the Plated Prisoner series, which I'm obsessed with. I have one book left to read, Glow, and then obviously the next book, final book, is released in, I think it's released in December, so I'm kind of holding out to read Glow till it gets a little bit closer, so then I'm like not trying to remember everything. I don't know what to read next. I have a lot of books on both of my shelves that I have not read. So if you have any suggestions as to books that I should 100% check out, or you think I would enjoy, then let me know in the comments and I'll pick them up and I'll add them to my TBR and I'll see what I think. So yeah, thank you for watching if you've got this far, and it really does mean a lot to kind of push myself out, and if anyone watches this then I am eternally grateful. So yeah, thank you. Bye.